Good morning, students. The topic for today's grammar session is active and passive voice, the integral part of English grammar, which you are going to face in your future competitive exams. Let it be board exams or other competitive exams, active and passive voice is going to be a part of it. So before we move into the structures and rules, let us find out what active and passive voice is, what a voice is. The voice of a verb tells us if a subject in a sentence performs the action or the subject receives the action. If the subject performs the action, it is said to be in passive, and if it receives the action, it is said to be in passive voice. So let us make those rules clear with the help of an example. Here you can see a sentence, tea refreshes the body. Now this is given in active voice. We are going to find out what the features are and how this sentence can be turned or transformed into a passive voice. So before we transform an active to passive voice, we have to take care of certain things. Let us look at the first sentence itself. The crowd blocked the roads. Okay, now when we look into this sentence has got the structure, the subject, the verb and the object. How do we get an object in a sentence? First, when you get the sentence, pick out the verb, connect a question to the verb plus what or verb plus whom. And if you get the answer to these questions, you have got an object in the sentence. If you have got an object in the sentence, that sentence is said to be in transitive sentence. And students, please note, only transitive sentences can be changed to passive voice. That means the sentences which have an object in it. This is a basic thing you have to know when you are learning active to passive voice. What is it? The sentence should have the structure of subject, verb and object. Only if it has an object, only if it is a transitive verb, it can be changed to passive voice. Now what all things should we take care of when we are changing an active voice to passive voice? Let's see that. So when you have got this sentence, we learned that the sentence has a subject, a verb and an object. Now when you are changing the active voice sentence to the passive sentence, this is an active voice sentence. Why is it an active voice sentence? Because here the subject is the performer of the action. It is an active voice. This we are going to change to passive. The basic rules we are going to see now. What is that? The first thing, the subject and the object undergoes an interchange. Subject and object interchanges. That is, the subject in the active voice becomes the object in the passive voice, and the object in the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice. So the first rule, subject and object interchanges. So we are going to bring the object road to the passive voice sentence, road. Now the second thing, first thing we learned, subject and object interchanges. Now the second rule that we have to take care of is, we have to take the verb into consideration. When we take the verb in consideration, we have to do two changes. The first one is you have to find out what is the tense of that particular verb. Here we saw that it is in past tense. Now that it is in past tense, we have to remember the be verbs of past tense. What are the be verbs of past tense? The be verbs of past tense are was and were. Now we have to provide those be verbs in this sentence based on the number of the subject. Now what is the subject of the passive voice here? It is road. It is in singular. So here we have to provide the singular be verb of past tense, which is was. Road was. Now the next thing, you have to write the V3 form of the particular verb given in active voice. What is a verb given in active voice? It is blocked. What form is it? It's V2 form. So let us consider the V1 form of that particular word. It is block. block V1 form, blocked V2 form, again blocked itself is the V3 form. We will provide the V3 form here. Road was blocked. Now we have done three main things. What are those? We have interchanged the subject and the object. We have provided the particular be verb of that particular tense, and we have also returned the V3 form of the verb given in the active voice. Now the next step is you have to give a by preposition before the doer of the action. Who is the doer of the action here? The crowd. So we write the crowd here. So now we have changed an active voice to passive voice. What are the steps that we took? We interchanged the subject and the object, first step. Second step, we looked into the verb. We considered the tense. According to the tense, we provided the be verbs. Then we wrote the V3 form of that particular verb given in active voice. We provided the by preposition followed by the doer of the action. Now these are the basic rules that you have to remember when you are changing an active voice to passive voice. Now let us see this. T refreshes the body. It's given in active voice. As you can see that the subject T is performing the action. We have got the verb refreshes, and refreshes what? Refreshes the body, that is the object there. So the subject does the function here. The body is refreshed by T, that is a passive form. Here we can see that the subject receives the action, it's in passive voice. So one more important thing that you have to remember is only transitive sentences can be changed to passive voice. Now we'll go in detail about active and passive voice. We also discussed the rules. What were they? The subject and the object gets interchanged. The be verbs and the past participle in the passive sentence are brought in passive voice. Pronouns get changed when they change their position in the following way. So if you have got pronouns in active voice, those pronouns will undergo changes when they come to passive voice. For example, I in the active voice undergoes a change and becomes me in passive voice. We becomes us. You remains the same you. He, him, she changes to her in passive voice. It itself, they changes to them. And we have to add a by preposition before the doer of the action. These are the basic rules that we learned now as we have to change from active voice to passive voice. As we have learned the basic rules of changing active to passive voice, now we'll go in detail the structure of an active and passive voice sentences tense-wise. So for that, we'll take up first simple present tense. The structure of an active voice sentence in simple present tense is subject plus the first form of the verb plus an object. Now when that changes to passive voice, the structure would be object plus the be verbs. I told you we have to provide the be verbs after the object depending on the number. So if it is present tense, the be verbs are is or am or are, that we have to provide according to the number. So we have to write the object first, then we write the be verbs followed by the V3 form of the verb. Whichever verb is given to us in active voice, that verb should be changed to its V3 form, followed by the by preposition before the doer of the action. So let us look into an example there. She helps the class. Here, she subject, helps verb, helps whom? The class. So how can we change that to passive form? The object changes as the subject in passive voice. They undergo an interchange. So the class comes to the first, the class. As helps is in simple present tense and class is in plural, we have to, class in singular, we have to provide the singular be verb is. The class is, then the V3 form of the verb helps, which is given in active voice, that is helped. The class is helped by her. You have got a worksheet based on simple present tense. You have to fill the blank with the passive form of the verb given in the bracket using the simple present tense. First one, children dash to carry cell phones. Here you have to write the passive form in simple present tense. So what are the be verbs that we discussed of simple present tense? Yes, am, is or are. Here the subject is children. Children, plural. So we have to provide the plural be verb. Children are. Children are. Then we have been given the verb allow. That has to be changed to its V3 form. Children are allowed to carry cell phones. That's the answer for the first one. Second one, a honest man dash everywhere. A honest man, singular. So again, a singular be verb we have to provide. What could be that? Of course, it's is. A honest man is. What is the V3 form of respect? Respected. A honest man is respected everywhere. Now let's look into the structure of a simple past tense active voice sentence. The structure is subject plus the second form of verb, the past tense verb plus object. When that changes to passive voice, the structure would be the object of the active voice becomes the subject here. So I written object there. Object plus was or were, the be verbs of past tense plus the third form of verb followed by before the doer of the action. The examples we'll look into. They played football in the evening. They played. They subject. They played. Played verb. Played what? Played football. So football is the object there that we have brought to the beginning in passive voice. Football, as it is singular, we have provided the singular be verb of past tense was. Football was, V3 form played itself. Football was played by them in the evening. Hope it's clear to you. Just look into the structure. Subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. We will take lunch. Now subject will with first form of the verb plus the object lunch. When that changes to passive, we brought the object to the first, lunch. Now here it undergoes a change. When we write in passive, we have to write will take will become will be taken. Will change to will be. With that we take up the V3 form of the verb take. Lunch will be taken by us now. As that we have now discussed the simple present tense and simple past tense and also the future tense, let us work out a worksheet. You have to fill the blanks using the passive form of the verbs given in the bracket. Look at the first question. The damaged goods dash at half rate. Here you have got the verb sell and you have to fill the blank using the past passive form. Look at the subject first, the damaged goods, which is in plural. So you have to provide the plural be verb of past tense, which is were, right? So the damaged goods were. Verb 3 of sell is sold. Were sold at half rate. Look at the second one. This news dash by all the news channels. You have to fill the blank using the past passive and the verb given to you is telecast. So past passive of the word, the past passive of this, this news is in singular. So you have to give the past passive singular be verb which is was. This news was. With that you have to bring the V3 form of the word telecast which is telecasted. So the answer is this news was telecasted by all the news channels. Third one, all the rules dash to you. You have been given the verb explain and you have to use the future passive form. We learned that the future passive form should be will be plus the V3 form of the verb. Will be and the V3 form of explain is explained. So how the answer goes? All the rules will be explained to you. So these are the answers of these three questions. Let us now move to the next part. Present continuous tense. Hope you all are familiar with the structure of a present continuous tense. You know that it would be subject plus is, are or am plus ing form of the verb plus an object. So look at here, this active voice, the structure would be subject plus am or is or are plus the ing form of the verb plus an object. Now when that changes to passive voice, we know that the interchange of subject and object takes place. So object comes there, object plus, depending on the number of the object, you have to provide the be verb, am, is or are. Now to show that it is in continuous tense, you have to bring the verb being there. So am or is or are plus being plus the V3 form of the verb plus the by preposition before the doer of the action. That's what the structure of a passive form of present continuous tense is. Let's look into an example. She is singing a beautiful song. So she is a subject here. Is singing, as she is singular, so is singing a beautiful song. Singing what? A beautiful song. A beautiful song is the object here. So we bring that object to the beginning. A beautiful song, as it is in singular, we bring in the be verb is. To show that it is in continuous, we bring in the verb being, followed by the V3 form of the verb sing, that is sung, followed by preposition, followed by the doer of the action. Next, let us look into past continuous form. Similar to present continuous, we have a structure. What is that structure? Subject plus was or were. To show that it is in past tense, the be verbs we have are was or were plus ing form of the verb followed by the object. Now when that changes to passive voice, we know that the interchange of subject and object takes place. We bring the object of active voice to the beginning of passive voice here. So object plus was or were plus, to show that it is in continuous, we have to bring the verb being plus V3 form of the verb given in active voice plus by preposition followed by the doer of the action. Let's look into an example. The teacher was reading newspaper. The teacher subject was reading what? Newspaper. Newspaper is the object there. So we bring the newspaper to the beginning. Newspaper was being read by the teacher. Now let's have a look into the worksheet. Fill the blanks using the passive forms. Look at the first question. Some of these islands dash as tourist spots. So you have to use the present continuous passive form and the verb given to you is develop. Some of these islands, it's in plural, so you have to use the plural present continuous be verb, that is some of these islands are. To show that it is in continuous, we have to bring in the verb being. Are being. Now the V3 form of the verb develop is developed. So what is the answer now? Some of the islands are being developed as tourist spots. Now second one, a new music academy dashed up in Chennai. Here also you have to fill the blank using the present continuous and you have been given the verb set. So a new music academy, the subject is singular. So singular be verb you have to bring. A new music academy is being set up in Chennai. Look at the third one. The tickets dash in advance. You have to use the past continuous with the verb sell. The tickets, as it is in plural, we have to bring in the be verb, plural be verb were. The tickets were being sold in advance. Is the present perfect tense. What is the structure of a present perfect tense sentence? The active voice, it would be subject plus has or have plus the V3 form of the verb plus object. Once again, look at the structure of an active voice present perfect sentence. It would be subject plus has or have plus V3 form of the verb plus object. When that changes to passive voice, you know the interchange of objects takes place, subject and object. So object comes to the beginning, object plus has or have depending on the number of the object plus being plus V3 form of the object followed by preposition before the doer of the action. We'll make it clear when we look into the example. Children have taken their breakfast. When we change that to passive voice, breakfast comes to the beginning as it is the object. Breakfast, it's singular, so has been taken by children. Once again, children will be the doer of the action, passive voice. So breakfast singular, so has been taken by children. Next, we'll look into past perfect tense. The structure of a past perfect tense active voice sentence would be subject plus had plus the V3 form of the verb plus object. What is the structure of a past perfect tense sentence? It would be subject plus had plus V3 form of the object plus object. Now next we have passive voice. There we get the object in the beginning. Object plus had plus been plus V3 form plus by plus the doer of the action. Once again, the structure of passive voice, it would be the interchange of object and subject takes place. So object comes to the beginning. Object plus had plus been plus V3 followed by preposition before the doer of the action. Look into the examples. I had written a poem. So I subject, had written what? A poem. So a poem comes to the beginning. A poem had been written by me. Future perfect tense. The structure would be subject plus will or shall plus have plus the V3 form of the verb followed by object. Now when that changes to passive voice, the structure would be object plus will or shall plus have been plus V3 plus by preposition followed by the doer of the action. Once again, look at the structure of a passive voice future perfect sentence. It would be object plus will or shall plus have been plus V3 form followed by preposition and then the doer of the action. Look into the example. She will have completed her homework. She will have completed what? Her homework. So we bring the homework to the beginning. Homework will have been completed by her. Let's now do this worksheet. You have to fill the blanks using the passive forms as given in the bracket. The first one, the strike dash called off. You have been given, you will call the verb given to you. We have given the answer called already there. So you have to just bring the passive form, the be verbs you have to bring there. So strike as it is in singular, you have to bring the singular perfect tense be verb. What is that? Has. The strike has. You have to add been in passive form. So what would be the answer? The strike has been called off. Second one, whose drawing dash the best? Drawing is the subject here. So what should we bring here? Whose drawing has been judged the best. Third one, the house dash before we reached there. So you have to fill here using past perfect tense and the verb given to you is auction. Past perfect tense, what is the passive form? It is had been, right? So what will we write here? The house had been auctioned before we reached there. Now look at the fourth one. These houses dashed by the civic authorities by the end of the month. You have to fill in using the future perfect tense. Future perfect tense, what is the passive form? Will or shall plus have been. So what will we fill here? These houses will have been, what is the V3 form of demolished? Demolished. These houses will have been demolished by the civic authorities by the end of the month. Now we are moving into the next part. Now already we have discussed simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future, present continuous, past continuous. Now we are moving into the models. Now what is the structure of a model active voice sentence? It would be subject plus model. It could be will, shall, should, must, might, can, could, ought, maybe. Any of these models could be used. So subject plus model plus the V1 form of the verb plus object. Now when you change that to passive form, it would be object plus the same model you have to use here which we have got in active voice. If you have got can in active voice sentence, the same can has to be used in the passive voice also. So what would be the structure? Object plus same model plus the be model. With that you have to bring in be plus the V3 form of the verb followed by preposition before the doer of the action. We'll explain in detail. Look at the example. Rudra can speak English. Rudra can speak what? English. English we brought to the beginning. We brought the same model down, can. Now with that we have to add be. Can be plus V3 form of the verb given in active voice. English can be spoken by Rudra. Is it clear to you the structure of active and passive? When you get four models, the active voice structure would be subject plus the model plus verb plus the object. When we write in passive, the object would come first. With that, the same model has to be brought plus be plus the V3 form of the verb followed by preposition before the doer of the action. Now let us move into imperatives. You know the imperatives could be commands, advices, requests, etc. Now when you get such sort of sentences, how will you change that to its passive form? The normal passive form that we use. Okay, let us first discuss the structure of active voice. Active voice, it would be normally, in normal, some of sentences, it would be the verb, the first form of the verb plus object. For example, open the door. There you have got only the verb plus the object. Now, how can that be changed? When we change that to passive voice, we start the passive voice using the word let. Let. Then the object has to be brought. If I am giving you the example, open the door is the object there. So let the door be opened. We have to bring in the V3 form of the verb given in active. Let the door be opened. In some sentences, as I told you, imperatives could be advices, commands and requests. If you are getting a request, for example, please clear all bills in time. It's a request. So when you change that to passive voice, you can write as, you are requested to clear all bills in time. Or if you are getting an advice, lock the door at night. There you can write, you are advised to lock the door at night. Now we have got a worksheet on models. You have to change the following sentences to passive voice. Look at the first one. One can't move mountains. So when you look at that sentence, it's clear that it is a model sentence. Is it not? One can't or cannot move mountains. Now when you change that to passive voice, how will you change that? What is the form that we have learned? One can't move what? Mountains. So mountains to be brought first. Mountains cannot, the same model we are bringing, cannot, mountains cannot be moved. Mountains cannot be moved. Now next one, do it. Now it's an imperative sentence. How can we do that? We have got the form, the verb plus the object. How can it be done, changed? We can start it using let. Let it be done. Done is a V3 form of do, so let it be done. Third one, please keep quiet. But the sentence itself is clear that it's a request. So how can we write the answer for that? You are requested to keep quiet. The next one, leave the room. It can be taken as a command or it can also be taken as an advice. If it is a command, you can say you are commanded to leave the room. If it is an advice, we can say that you are advised to leave the room. Clear? Now we have got interrogatives. Interrogatives, the questions, and we know there are different types of questions, the yes or no questions and the WH questions. Now each of these interrogatives have got their own set of rules. So we shall get familiar with those rules first before doing the exercises. The first rule, if any interrogative sentence starts with do, does or did, then the auxiliary verb like is, are, am or was or were are to be used. If an interrogative sentence starts with the primary auxiliary like do, does or did, let me tell you, do, does or did don't have a passive form. So when we change that to passive voice, we have to bring in the be verbs. The other auxiliaries like is, are or am. They are for present tense. We know that. So if we are getting do or does, we have to bring in is, are or am depending on the number of subject to the beginning of the passive form. If it is did, we would know that it is in past tense. So depending on that, we have to use was or were in the passive form. So once again, I'll tell you, the primary auxiliaries like do, does and did don't have a passive form. So in the passive form, we have to substitute those words using the be verbs like am, is or are or was or were. Please look at the example. Does he help you? Here we have got does. I told you it doesn't have a passive form. So he is the subject, help, you is the object here. Now that you have to bring the you object to the beginning, is it not? So we brought that here. We know that with that we use only the plural be verbs. So in an interrogative, before the subject we have to place the be verb. So what are we placing here? Are. Are you, V3 form of help, helped. Are you helped by him? Rule number 2. When the interrogative sentence starts with is or are or am or was or were, then we should use being after the subject and is, are, am, was or were in the beginning of the sentence. We shall get that clear when we see into an example. So once again, I'll say the structure of an active voice sentence when the interrogative sentence is in continuous form. Let us look into the continuous form structure of active voice. If it is a present continuous, it would be am or is or are plus subject plus verb plus ing form of the verb plus object. Now when we change that to passive, how would that be? We are discussing present continuous. So please look, it would be am or is or are plus object plus being. You have to bring in the verb being plus the V3 form of the verb given in the question plus by preposition plus the doer. And if it is a past continuous interrogative, then the structure of an active voice would be was or were plus subject plus verb plus ing form of the verb plus object. Now when that becomes in passive form, it would be was or were depending on the object plus being plus the V3 form of the verb followed by preposition before the doer of the action. Look into an example. Are you doing this work? In this sentence, this work is the object. So that has to be brought to the beginning. We brought this work to the beginning and we know that in the interrogative, the be verb should come before the subject. This work is singular, so we are writing is. Is this work being? As it is in continuous tense, we are bringing in being done by you. Rule number 3, when the interrogative starts with the perfect tense auxiliary verbs like has or have or had, then the verb been has to be used after the subject and has, have and had in the starting of the sentence. Look at the structure of active voice sentence. Has or have or had plus subject plus V3 form of the object. For example, has he helped you? Has he helped you? Has plus the subject plus verb plus object. When that changes to its passive form, depending on the object's number, you have to provide has or have. We are taking it in plural, so we have to provide have. Have the object you, we have to bring in being to show that it is in perfect tense. Have you been helped by him? The second one, had he finished the work, it will change to had the work been finished by him. Now the rule number 4 with interrogatives. When the interrogative sentence starts with the WH question words like why or when and how, then the same should be used in the beginning of the sentence and who should be replaced by whom. For example, who has done this work? Now this question has been started with the word who. This who has to be replaced with the word by whom. By whom this work is an object that has to be brought here. By whom has this work been done? Second one, when did you do this work? When was this work? We don't have the passive form of auxiliary did, so we brought in was before the subject. When was this work done by you? Who broke the window? By whom was the window broken? You have got one more worksheet. You have to clearly read the instructions given on the top. Based on those instructions, you have to fill the blanks in the paragraph that follows. I'll read the instructions. Dr. Vinay Mehta visited our school on Saturday last. We made big preparations for the inauguration of Health Science Club. We invited many important people on the occasion. We also organized a blood donation camp on that day. We had informed the parents about the event. Many parents wrote very good remarks to appreciate our initiative. Now looking at these instructions, we are clear that in instructions we have been given the past tense and the past perfect tense. So those past tense and past perfect tense you have to write in passive forms. The first sentence has been done to help you. What was the first instruction? Dr. Vinay Mehta visited our school. Look at the first one. Our school was visited by Dr. Vinay Mehta on Saturday. So visited changed to was visited in the first sentence. The rest you have to do it yourself. Hope the session of this active passive voice is clear to you. So with a new topic, we'll meet again in the next class. Until then, thank you.